Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. So I actually had another video planned for today. Something came up recently and I felt like I needed to talk about it. I had a gentleman come into my office today he was actually there to get training on computers, computer software. Now, all intents and purposes, it was just a normal training session. But this guy came in, super nice guy, awesome guy, comes in and he has his cane with him. And I noticed something strange about his cane, like right away I noticed it. And this is actually his cane. Let me open it up here. And I'll show you. This cane is horribly bent down here at the tip. For you guys that can't see it, it's a normal white cane with the red tip down here. And from the red, basically the whole red section is bent at probably a 30-degree angle, maybe a little less. And so I noticed that when he came in, I was like, what happened to your cane? And he said that he got hit by a car while he was crossing a street. And not only did the car hit him, but it ran over the cane. And this was the result. And he was still trying to use this cane. And yes, technically you could still use the cane, but no, this is not going to work. Using a cane like this is not going to work. So we actually have extra canes at work, and in certain situations like this, we're able to give out a new cane. So we were able to trade out his old busted up cane for a new one. And he was very happy and all that, and I was happy to do that. But gosh, it got me thinking. You know, we talk about using the canes and how awesome it can be to use the cane and how liberating it can be, giving you this newfound independence and confidence. But with that comes the danger that we have to be careful. And I want to remind people of that. Number one, if you're going to be using a cane, absolutely, if possible, you should try and get some proper cane training with an orientation and mobility instructor. But even if that happens, you know, he went through all the proper schooling and classes and all that, got completely trained, and knows how to use his cane great. But there's still that random chance that something's going to happen and somebody's not going to be paying attention, and it can be dangerous. So I just, once again, I just want to reiterate to people, be careful. You know, if you're out there, this wasn't his fault. Absolutely wasn't his fault. He was doing everything right. And everybody else was paying attention except this one car. And I guess what was happening is he was crossing the street, and from across street, people were turning left, I think, onto the street that he was crossing. And he wasn't quick enough. Maybe he didn't leave right when the light turned. So he was almost to the end of the street, or almost across the street, when the light changed and the other cars started coming across. Now, like I said, everybody in that turn lane, I think it was multiple turn lanes, they all slowed down and they were watching and they saw him and they were waiting. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing, except this one car wasn't paying attention. Maybe they were talking on their phone. I don't know what she was doing, but she just kept on going and tried to cut right in front of him, ran over the cane and knocked him down to the ground. So like literally hit him. As a result of that, they called the police on this lady. And so she was prosecuted. She had to pay his medical bills and all of that. And I'm not sure what other penalties she incurred because of this, but just a little word of warning, guys. Be careful. If you're crossing this street, really pay attention to that cross traffic. You know, don't just rely on the signal. If you guys have a crosswalk signal that beeps, or one of those ones that says walk, walk, those are great, and some even do a countdown of how much time you have. Those are great, but don't just rely on that. Maybe stand there at the corner and wait a couple cycles of the light to listen to the cross traffic and figure out the pattern, because every intersection has a pattern. One side goes, then the other side goes, then maybe the turn lanes go, and then the cross lanes go, or whatever it's called. But every intersection has a pattern. So maybe sit there for a couple cycles and learn the pattern. just so you can get that timing right. Because unfortunately, like I said, it only takes one car, one person not paying attention to ruin a very otherwise pleasant day. Canes are awesome. I don't want to discourage anybody from not going out there and exploring the world using your cane, but just be extra careful, especially in those situations. All right, guys, so thank you very much. Let me know, have you guys ever had any situations like this? I'm sure there's going to be people out there that can relate, that maybe have gotten clipped by a car or something like that. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about those stories. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Sam with The Blind Life. I will see you next time.